Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of choral directors Miss Mackenzie Talley, Mr. Jeff Talley, and instrumental director Miss Kelly Watts, the Star Spangled Banner finale.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Graduates, please be seated. Good morning, everyone. My name is Micah Buning, and I have the privilege of being the principal of Ralston Valley High School. On behalf of the entire staff of Ralston Valley High School, we would like to welcome parents, family, friends, and honored guests to the commencement exercise for the class of 2019. Join me in welcoming our honored platform guest, and please hold your applause until all guests have been introduced. Platform guest, please stand as you are introduced. Ready? Student Body President, Mr. Sam Keller. Senior Class President, Mrs. Madeline Hipp. School Board Member, Mr. Brad Rupert. Chief of Secondary Schools, Mr. Christopher Shue. Achievement Director, Mrs. Beth Elmgreen. Assistant Principal, Mr. John Four. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Stephanie Neville. Assistant Principal, Mr. Jim Hines. Assistant Principal, Mr. Mark Litsu. Assistant Principal, Mr. Tony Pergola. Faculty Speaker, Mrs. Barb Schrader. Faculty Herald, Mrs. Heather Caulfield. Faculty Herald, Mr. Marcus Pennell. Incoming Principal of Drake Middle School, Mrs. Mindy Fear. Assistant Principal of Oberon Middle School, Mr. Brandon Rowland. Principal of Wayne Carl Middle School, Mr. David Singh. Principal of Coal Creek Canyon K-8, Mrs. Jennifer Livingston. Principal of Three Creeks K-8, Mrs. Laura Wilson. Principal of Sierra Elementary, Mr. Troy Brickley. Principal of Micklejohn Elementary, Ms. Carrie Cornejo. Principal of Westwood Elementary, Mrs. Patty Katsampis. Principal of Van Arsdale Elementary, Mrs. Susan Chapla. Ladies and gentlemen, our honored guest.
At our inaugural commencement exercise, we introduced several traditions that have remained a part of our graduation ceremony for this year's commencement and for years to come. One of these traditions includes the robing of our student body president, senior class president, and faculty speaker. At this time, I would like Ms. Elmgreen, Mr. Shue, and Mr. Pergola to assist in the robing of student body president Samuel Keller, senior class president Madeline Hipp, and faculty speaker Barb Schrader. This tradition dates back to the Middle Ages. During that era, only the clergy, church officials, and the educated had reading and writing skills. Therefore, the long robe became a mark of a learned person. Today, our graduates still wear caps and gowns, send formal invitations to family and friends, and enter and leave with great pomp and circumstance while music plays and the assembled throng rises in respect. Our faculty also take part in this tradition as they are wearing various styles of robes which represent their various degrees of education. Those wearing hoods are displaying various colors which represent their college or university and their field of study. Ladies and gentlemen, Ralston Valley High School's Student Body President, Sam Keller, and Senior Class President, Maddie Hipp.
Good morning, family, friends, and students of Ralston Valley's class of 2019. We made it! Before we get any further into today's proceedings, we as the students would like to extend a warm welcome to all the families, friends, and teachers joining us today. Although we don't say it enough, thank you. Thank you for all your laughter, love, and support over the years, and for helping us get where we are today. We are so grateful for you all and the vital roles you have all played in our lives, and would like to express our gratitude. So, from the graduating class of 2019, thank you. My name is Sam Keller, and I've had the pleasure of serving you guys as your student body president for this past year. From courageous acts at the NAC, to the phenomenal performances on the stage, to all the academic achievements in the classroom and all the laughs we've shared, it has been one heck of an honor standing alongside you guys for these last 4 years of my life. Although it is now coming to a close and new adventures lie just on the horizon, I think it is important to reflect on all that we have learned as students here at Ralston Valley. So here's my 2-minute reflection of my experiences from each of the 4 years and what I've taken away from them. Freshman year, Cooper Stepudis and I spent days on that project in geometry, in which we had to market and construct a kite that could fly, hopefully getting a passing grade on the final. After literally gorilla gluing our fingers together for this thing, we presented the final product to Mrs. Brikita during 6th block of honors geometry, crossing our fingers that it would fly. Outside on the front lawn, Cooper took off full sprint, kite in hand, and the kite flew into the air, only to nosedive and shatter moments into its big debut, the remains being tugged along the ground by an ever-smiling Cooper Stepudis who refused to stop running. And from that, I learned perseverance. Sophomore year, Nick Fox and I had turned in no homework in algebra from the last month of school, and it was all being collected. We decided we would write an apology letter to Miss James on the whiteboard in the back of the classroom. We had this whole thing written out expressing our apologies and thanking her for her patience, only to realize we had drafted up the entire letter in permanent marker on that whiteboard. And from that, I learned honesty. Junior year in physics, we used a catapult to launch a water balloon at our teacher down the track outside of the school. Mr. Pinnell had just torn his meniscus, but nevertheless was still willing to put on a catcher's mask and have students aim at him from 80 meters away. My group nailed him right on the leg that he just tore his meniscus on, and I'm still so sorry, man. But from that, I learned the necessity to smile through the pain. Yeah, sorry. Senior year, I had this discussion with Mr. Brikita during ICE about Kobe Bryant's insane drive for excellence in basketball, and how we sometimes amp up certain things in our lives to such a state of importance that we disregard potentially more important aspects of our lives, like family, friends, and personal well-being. And from that, I learned the importance in choosing where to direct one's focus. I'm sure we all have memories like these in which we all learned our own values in extremely memorable ways, but nevertheless, we are who we are today because of them. And the most spectacular part of it all is that we aren't done being sculpted by our interactions with others, as we still have our whole lives ahead of us. And it's fair to say that it can be a bit nerve-wracking to contemplate what the future holds, but we must remember to always live in the now. For in the words of Jim Carrey, fear is going to be a player in your life. but you get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life worrying about your pathway to the future, but all that will ever be is what is happening here and the decisions that we make in this moment, which are based out of love or fear. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare ask the universe for it. But in the end, you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. Do what you like and like what you do. And I think it's because of the slogan that I'm such a fan of Life is Good t-shirts, but in terms of our lives after high school, we must always remember to do what we like and love what we do. Because at the end of the day, all of this is just one more page in the rad book that we're all writing called life. After all, in the words of Robin Williams, the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be? Congratulations, class of 2019, we did it.
Good morning, parents, faculty, staff, administrators, and the real reason this ceremony takes so long, the 421 students of the class of 2019. My name is Maddie Hipp, and I have had the honor of being the senior class president at Ralston Valley this past year. Over the 4 years, it is an understatement to say that we as a class have made leaps and bounds since first entering the front doors of Ralston Valley, after we figured out which of the 4 doors actually opens. We went from rushing out of class to find a table in the cafeteria to rushing to our cars in order to make the most out of our 30-minute lunch. We finally figured out how to successfully sneak drinks upstairs past the security desk. Sorry, Gus. We went from JV to varsity, chorus to lead, and low C to barely scraping a 90. We went from thinking we were pretty good at English to getting no higher than a 76 on any AP Lang essays. Okay, maybe that one was just me. You're going to be hearing a lot about the class of 2019 over the course of this ceremony, so I thought it would be helpful to give all of you some insight as to what the class of 2019 is really about. To stand up here and tell all of you only my interpretation of our time at Ralston Valley would give one very limited perspective of our class, and I don't think that it would truly do us justice. So, instead, I asked the people who had the greatest insight, the largest impacts, and sometimes to their dismay, the most time spent with the class of 2019, our teachers. I sent out emails to teachers thinking I would only get a few responses, but they love us so much and had so many kind words to say that I sorted through pages and pages and pages of quotes. Now, I would have loved to share all of them with you, but Mr. Litsu said I had to cut down my 2-hour speech. In order to gain a true understanding of our class, I asked our teachers, how does the class of 2019 stand out from other classes, past and present, and what makes you proud of the class of 2019? Many of us stood out with our liveliness. Miss Betty said she would consider the class of 2019 to be one of the brightest, most humorous, inquisitive, giving, and proactive classes that I've ever had the pleasure of teaching. And Mr. Kyle feels, you are a bold class, always looking to do and be just a little more than what is expected. You also drive a record number of pickup trucks. What are you all hauling? Aside from trucks, some of us made our impact with our character. Miss Watts said, this group of students are just good kids, inside and out. I see the talent that they have and the willingness to share their gifts and talents, but they do so selflessly and humbly. From Mrs. Burkita, they lead by example and have shown us the power of living in the present and looking at all situations as a way for growth and an opportunity to help others. Some of us were able to make our impact by leaving an imprint on others' hearts. Ms. Caulfield said, this class is empathetic and just flat out fun-loving. So many smiles and laughs on a daily basis. As a group, they are willing to try. They jump in with both feet and give things a chance without judgment. Former teacher Mr. Garochi, who I tracked down at Golden High School, told me, the students graduating in May are people who are not only an absolute pleasure to be around, but are also critical thinkers, complex problem solvers, and kind souls who are ready to expand their context to the world at large. And finally, from Mrs. Martin, the class of 2019 felt like family. Finally, I asked our teachers to describe the class of 2019 in one word, because you're going to be hearing a lot of words today and I want to cut down on what you have to process. Our teachers saw us as bold, determined, and learners. They said we were persistent and eclectic, authentic and sassy. We showed them that we were fearless, caring, and finally, the word that describes us best, family. So, as we move forward into our next exciting, unfamiliar, and a little bit terrifying stage of life, be bold, continue your fearlessness, and never stop caring. And as we move on to the next stage of the ceremony, just remember, if you survive 4 years, you can survive 3 hours. Congratulations, class of 2019.
We would now like to honor our salutatorians for the class of 2019. The distinction of salutatorian is earned by achieving the second highest cumulative unweighted grade point average in the senior class in a program which includes 2 years of advanced placement courses. I invite Mrs. Micah Buning to present the salutatorians with a plaque for their academic excellence. Salutatorian Tatum Edwards. Salutatorian Molly Mulhern. Salutatorian Samantha Schoen. Salutatorian Maggie Snyder. Salutatorian Lauren Swartz. Salutatorian Ethan Watney. Ladies and gentlemen, our salutatorians for the class of 2019. At this time, I would like to introduce our valedictorians. Valedictorians, please come forward. The distinction of valedictorian is earned by achieving the highest cumulative unweighted grade point average in the senior class in a program which includes 18 academic credits, including world language, and 2 years of successful completion of advanced placement courses. Again, I would like to invite our principal, Mrs. Micah Buning, to present plaques to our valedictorians. Valedictorian Garrig Abatista. Valedictorian Catherine Boykin. Valedictorian Aaron Bradley. Valedictorian Alexander Bollinger. Valedictorian Sydney Darnell. Valedictorian Anthony Desiato. Valedictorian Bailey Doucette. Valedictorian Brooklyn Garrido. Valedictorian Kelsey Foss. Valedictorian Sadie Johnson. Valedictorian Samuel Keller. Valedictorian Megan Mooney. Valedictorian Rylan Moore. Valedictorian Emma Moran. Valedictorian Tricia Moreland. Valedictorian Alexandra Moldener. Valedictorian Shelby Nichols. Valedictorian Tessa Petersell. Valedictorian Tori Sayers. Valedictorian Courtney Schultz. Valedictorian Megan Sterrett. Valedictorian Tyler Sterrett. Valedictorian Kintan Sergani. Valedictorian Sophie Van Allsburg. Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorians for the class of 2019. Thank you, Vals. Garrig Abatista will now deliver the valedictorian address.
Good morning, graduates, faculty, family, and distinguished guests. My name is Garrig Abatista, and today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Those were the words spoken by my namesake, Lou Gehrig, captain and first baseman of the New York Yankees. After being forced to retire from baseball due to ALS, he did not cower in fear in the face of an uncertain future, but instead chose to be grateful and brave. He lived his life to the fullest with courage and passion. About 4 years ago, all of us stood in the face of another unknown as we took our first steps into Ralston Valley. But as I look around the room here today, I see once timid and terrified freshmen transformed into confident and capable leaders, scholars, artists, and athletes. We took that initial leap, and the countless hours we've spent finishing assignments, rehearsing musicals, training for athletic competitions, creating works of art, planning rallies, and building robots and rockets have helped us all grow. But high school is more than just continuums and calculus. It is the forge where we craft ourselves and develop into the person we decide to be. The fires of challenge have strengthened and toughened us, and every trial has sharpened our skills. Each bit of pressure has honed and shaped us into what we choose to be, whether that be swords or scalpels. While all of our paths through the blacksmith of Ralston Valley have led us to these final moments, we will soon be parting ways and pushing onwards into the unknown. This path of life we are about to embark on can be a tricky one to walk. At times it's unstable or random. But every time we tripped on a physics test, or stumbled on an English paper, or, just fell walking up the stairs, it taught us something. Every mistake taught us to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and we managed to carry ourselves forward, ready for the next roadblock thrown our way. Now, sometimes these roadblocks may seem more like mountains than molehills blocking our path. So for each new challenge, we must grow and learn and change. But a thing that doesn't change is a memory of younger days. This could be the Make-A-Wish assembly, or Trick or Treat Street, or how much fun it was to dress up like an old person for Generation Day. Even really short memories, like the time that the Merc was open. A cherished memory will never be forgotten and can be used as fuel to continue blazing a path onwards, propelling us to even higher heights and more paths unknown. Now, here we are once again, standing on the precipice of change, the fall into the unknown. And it's kind of scary. That fall into our future can be daunting, but choosing to take that leap is the only way to move forward. We must decide to face that fall into the unknown with bravery and passion, using the skills we've forged and the memories gathered along the way. And after all the classes, the competitions, the performances, the tests, the assemblies, the dances, after all the teachers who have imparted their wisdom, and all the friends and family who have helped push us onwards, after all the experiences contained in these 4 years at Ralston Valley, I'm ready for the fall, and I hope you all are too. Thank you.
I now am pleased to introduce to you our honor graduates. Honor graduates have maintained a 3.6 cumulative grade point average throughout their 4 years at Ralston Valley. In addition, they have received a minimum of 18 academic credits, and they have never received a grade lower than a C. Honors graduates also must have successfully completed 2 years of advanced placement courses. Honors graduates today are wearing Columbia blue stoles. Will the honors graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. To become a member of our National Honor Society, students must have a cumulative GPA of 3.6 or higher and have accounted for 40 hours of community service during their membership. These students today are wearing yellow cords. At this time, I would ask all National Honor Society members to please stand and be recognized. Many students demonstrating excellence in various academic areas are also recognized today during our graduation ceremony. They are also wearing cords that represent the distinguished societies that they are members of. National Art Society members excel in their art coursework, and they also perform community service. National Technical Honor Society students have maintained a 3.0 GPA while at Warren Tech and at Ralston Valley. These students also have a community service component. Spanish National Honor Society members demonstrate excellence in Spanish courses and in their other coursework. These students must take the National Spanish Exam or the Spanish Language and Culture AP exam and actively participate in cultural activities in the community. French National Honor Society members demonstrate excellence in French coursework and in their other classes. Members are also required to participate in a national level French test and attend French cultural activities throughout the year. To become a member of the German Honor Society, students must be currently enrolled in a German class and demonstrate excellence in their coursework. Additionally, students must complete either the German National Exam or the AP German exam and also participate in community service. To become a member of the National Social Studies Honor Society, students must maintain excellent performance in their social studies courses and again, do community service. At this time, I ask that all students who have obtained membership in one of these academic honor societies, please stand and be recognized. The final group of students who are to be recognized are those who have received college scholarships for their academic, athletic, or artistic achievements. This year's senior class has 102 students who have been awarded scholarships with a total worth of $10,601,063. Would these scholarship recipients please stand and be recognized? We are now privileged to hear If Music Be the Food of Love, performed by the Ralston Valley Concert Choir under the direction of Ms. Mackenzie Talley. Many of our graduates are members of this choir, so it will take them a little bit of time to get back to the choir in the back of the auditorium, and then we will have our selection.
Declare that you are new.
Thank you, concert choir. As our graduates in the concert choir make their way back to their seats, I will move on to another tradition that you will see at our commencement, and that is the faculty address. This year's class of 2019 has selected social studies teacher Barb Schrader to give the faculty address. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Schrader.
Hello, graduates. How you feeling? Good? All right, good. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that I love, history. Specifically, Thomas Paine and several lessons you can learn from his life. Thomas Paine, in my opinion, was the man. Paine was born into a working-class family in England in 1737. He had to quit his formal education at the age of 13 to work with his father in his corset maker shop to help support the family. He ran away at the age of 16 to work on a privateer ship. The ship's name was Terrible. Literally, the ship's name was the Terrible. And it was commanded by a man named, wait for it, William Death. Fortunately for young Thomas, his father, upon hearing the young lad's plans, rushed to the docks and stopped him from boarding the ship in the nick of time. Not long after the ship departed, it engaged in a battle with a French ship, and most of the crew members perished. So, lesson number one from Paine's life. Listen to your parents. Sometimes they really do know what's best, even as you venture out and start your own life. On a side note, personal advice from me, don't tempt fate by getting on a ship named the Terrible, commanded by a man named Death. As he entered adulthood, Paine had several failed careers, businesses, and even one failed marriage attempt. He took a government job as a tax collector. The pay was low and the system was corrupt. He voiced his opinion in writing, had it printed up, passed it out to members of Parliament. The present-day version of this would be to take to Twitter, badmouth your boss to their boss. Bad mistake, he was fired. Let's call that lesson number two. Be mindful of how you approach situations. Think before you act, think before you talk. In doing so, you will eventually arrive at the right thing to do and say. It's around this time that Paine met an Enlightenment thinker from the American colonies in London by the name of Benjamin Franklin. Franklin encouraged Paine to immigrate to the colonies, which he did in late 1774, nearly dying from what historians believe was likely typhus. The only reason they took him off the ship instead of quarantining him with the other 6 passengers until he recovered or died is that letters of introduction from Franklin were found in his cabin while he lay unconscious. He was brought ashore in Philadelphia and was bedridden for 6 more weeks. So lesson number 3 you can learn from Paine's life. Sometimes it is who you know, which doesn't always seem fair, but it is a reality. Choose who you surround yourself with wisely. During the same time period that Paine was struggling with finding his successes in England, the American colonies experienced over a decade of political turmoil over taxation, lack of representation, lack of some civil rights, and of course, an intolerable misunderstanding about some tea on a ship thrown in a harbor. By April of 1775, fighting had broken out in Lexington and Concord, and the American Revolution had officially begun. Paine had taken a job with a newspaper in Philadelphia and published numerous articles under a pseudonym, many pseudonyms actually. His writings became very popular because of his ability to write in a voice that even the lesser educated of the colonists could understand. In January of 1776, Paine, with some encouragement from some well-known political leaders at the time, publishes a 46-page pamphlet that helps change the course of the world. He titles it Common Sense, and in it, he urges that colonies should be fighting for their independence and nothing less. His pamphlet sells more than 100,000 copies in 3 months' time. It was read all over the colonies, and within 6 months, Thomas Jefferson was tasked by the Second Continental Congress to write a more formal Declaration of Independence. Although Paine was celebrated at the time for his pamphlet, history has since given all the credit to putting the ideology of independence on paper to Thomas Jefferson. So lesson number 4. You may work hard and someone else gets the credit. That does not make your hard work less important. Take pride in what you achieve, no matter what recognition you get. Thomas Paine wanted to be successful. He had to live through many failures and roadblocks before he found success. He took chances, both big and small. He listened, he learned, he observed. He continued trying to be successful. He kept working hard, and eventually he made a real difference that literally was part of changing the world. So lesson number 5, no matter how you define success, big or small, never give up on working towards it. That definition will shift and change throughout your life. Never stop trying and never stop learning. Don't be afraid to take chances. Because of his success, Paine was tasked to write a series of articles to motivate soldiers fighting under General George Washington. Keep in mind that many soldiers fighting for the colonies were farmers or merchants that still needed to feed their families and make a living. So they would often leave their regiments when they needed to tend to their crops or their businesses. Paine attempted to encourage men to stay and fight until the end, to not be what he called summer soldiers or sunshine patriots, but to continue to fight to achieve the successes that were so very sought after by so many. In these articles titled The American Crisis, he stated that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. Class of 2019, I will leave you with one last lesson from Thomas Paine. Work hard to achieve your goals. Those you work the hardest for will be your best triumphs, no matter how big or small. All of your triumphs will differ, and they will all be achieved at your own individual pace. Embrace the paths to them. Make them your own. Do not be afraid to fail, and never give up on achieving success, no matter how you define it. So find your inner Thomas Paine, and who knows, you may just change the world. Good luck.
Students applied for and began crafting commencement speeches in April of this year, and from there a committee was formed to select the person who would deliver this year's student address. At this time, I would like to call forward your student speaker, Skylar Allen.
Wow. Oh, God. Good morning, students, faculty, friends, and family. Before I begin, I believe some necessary formalities are in order. Thank you to my parents for dealing with a bratty, selfish, spoiled child, and my brother Connor, because he asked me to shout him out in this speech. My friends for cheering on my bad decisions, and my teachers for cheering on my good ones. You truly made my high school experience extremely memorable and incredible. For those of you who have had the pleasure of not knowing me until now, hi, my name is Skylar Allen. Nice to meet you. We went to high school together. If any of you need a refresher, you may have seen me dancing really badly down the hallway or possibly making an ill-timed joke, which this speech is full of, don't you worry. Now, I know we all had very unique high school experiences. There were so many clubs that I wish I could have been a part of myself, such as Film Critiques Club, Pre-Med Club, and even Gardening Club, which naturally me and my friends had to donate a succulent to, whose name is Kimmy, by the way. Of course, there are numerous athletics, activities, and hopefully schoolwork that has kept us all occupied these past 4 years. However, what is important to reminisce upon as we all sit here in matching caps and gowns is that we all actually have had a lot of shared experiences over these past 4 years. Bearmageddon, when that one random time there was a bear on campus, our first color fusion, which would likely terrify even the rowdiest of freshmen, or our first homecoming dance, slow dancing in your bare feet to an overplayed Ed Sheeran song in the school gym. While we are all a room full of amazing, accomplished individuals who all have their own stories to tell, we all just so happened to have our story set at the same place and at the same time. That is what is so weird about leaving, I think. Whether you're staying home, serving our country, or traveling to Africa to save the elephants, your narrative is being taken elsewhere. We've grown comfortable and happy and quite honestly lazy. For the past 4 years, I've been hitting the snooze button on graduation. But today, reality is whipping the covers out from under me and yelling, "Get out, get your butt out of high school and live." Did that reverberate? Oh. And when I say live, I mean live in the greatest sense of the word. In these coming months, we're going to have a lot of people telling us what to do and how we should do it as we're moving into this new stage of independence and ambiguity. So adulthood may not actually start today, as much as moving a tassel in order to make that happen sounds really tempting. But for those of you planning on attending college this fall or taking a different path into adulthood, as you're waving farewell to your parents, the world is yours. You can stay up late and meet new people and take advantage of all of the opportunities that come your way in this new phase of life. Essentially, the world is your oyster. There's a page missing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that before I get booed off the stage, I feel like I'm allowed some inspirational jargon, but I don't want to sound like a Hallmark card. But as each one of you walk out into the world today after we turn our tassels, I hope you understand that I wish I could have gotten to know every single one of you better. Thanks. Too late now, I know you all are a little antsy. Thank you for sharing your story with me to the end of a chapter. Thank you.
Skylar, you handled that well. Congratulations. It was actually there. It was further down, though, further in the book. At this time, we would like to present the Class of 2019 banner. Today's presentation of the class banner will be conducted by Sam Keller, Maddie Hipp, and National Honor Society President Michael Shakely.
At this time, we would like to honor a tradition that was started by past class leaders. As you may know, the Class of 2019 banner has followed us around the gym above the bleachers since we started as 9th graders at Ralston Valley High School in the fall of 2015.
By now hanging our banner on this stage, we will retire it alongside our predecessors and leave our mark of achievements and success in Mustang history. National Honor Society President Michael Shakely will now hang our banner on the stage, cementing our legacy at Ralston Valley High School.
Thank you, Michael. During this ceremony and all future commencement ceremonies, this banner will hang in remembrance of the spirit and accomplishments of the Class of 2019. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, Maddie, and Michael. Graduates, there are two messages I want you to hear from me today. First, I am unbelievably proud of you. I am proud of your academic accomplishments. You value learning, which is apparent by the time and energy that you devoted to your studies. You spent countless hours in the last 4 years working to meet your academic goals. For that, I applaud you. I am also proud of your accomplishments outside of the classroom. I can list the amazing achievements of our athletic teams who continually demonstrate sportsmanship and a disciplined work ethic. The music and drama department continue to enthrall and inspire audience with their high-quality productions, and our clubs regularly give of their time towards local and national causes. But what I am most proud of is your school spirit and the incredible sense of community that you have built. You are why RV is special. From the simple acts of kindness I witness each day in the hallways and the classrooms, to the energy you bring to assemblies, concerts, and sporting events, you enhance our school culture each and every day. You have donated hundreds of hours and raised thousands of dollars that have positively impacted our community and have touched hundreds of lives. Through your actions, your efforts, and your giving ways, you have demonstrated that you are proud to be part of this community. You have set a high standard for future students to follow, and your influence will be felt for years to come. For that, I thank you. Now, the second message I want you to hear from me today is, in life, you will face many challenges, and those challenges will look different for each and every one of you. As you enter the workforce, military, or college, know that your time at RV has more than prepared you for the challenges you will face. You have not only learned what is essential, but what you need to be successful in life. You have learned how to think at a deeper level. You have learned how to collaborate, how to value other perspectives, how to listen, to question, and most importantly, how to persevere. You would not be sitting in front of me today if you didn't have these skills. You are more than prepared for what lies ahead of you. Class of 2019, I know I speak on behalf of the entire Ralston Valley staff when I say, you are ready. Embrace life, have fun, smile, laugh, cry, and live. Believe in yourself and be strong. Know that we believe in you, in what you have to offer this world. You have the skills to be whatever you want to be. You are a Mustang, and know you will make a difference. Congratulations, class of 2019. We are so proud of you. It is my honor to now present the class of 2019 to school board member, Mr. Brad Rupert.
Thank you for allowing me to participate in the ceremony with you. Welcome, graduates of 2019. I'd like to particularly thank the family and friends that have supported you these many years. And on a personal note, both my children are graduates of Ralston Valley High School. Many of your teachers were teachers of my children, so I want to extend a special note of gratitude to the educators who have, over the last 13 years, brought you to this moment. So on behalf of the Jefferson County Board of Education, I gratefully accept the class of 2019 from Ralston Valley High School. Congratulations, seniors.
Junior escorts, would you please take your places for the distribution of diplomas? I would now like to ask our faculty heralds, Ms. Heather Caulfield and Mr. Marcus Pinnell, to take their places at the microphones for the presentation of diplomas. Diplomas today will be presented by Assistant Principals Stephanie Neville, Tony Pergola, John Four, and myself. Principal Buning will greet each graduating senior with a congratulatory handshake as they return to your seat. Graduates, come forward to receive your diplomas.
Valedictorian Samuel James Keller with honors.
Valedictorian Alexandra Renee Moldener with honors.
Madeline Rachel Hipp with honors.
Valedictorian Shelby Marie Nichols with honors.
Valedictorian Gehrig Mark Abatista with honors.
Valedictorian Tessa Louise Petersell with honors.
Valedictorian Catherine Elizabeth Boykin with honors.
Valedictorian Tori Renee Sayers with honors.
Valedictorian Aaron Scott Bradley with honors.
Valedictorian Courtney Lynn Schultz with honors.
Valedictorian Alexander Chad Bollinger with honors.
Valedictorian Megan Annika Sterrett with honors.
Valedictorian Sydney Ann Darnell with honors.
Valedictorian Tyler William Sterrett with honors.
Valedictorian Anthony Charles Desiato with honors.
Valedictorian Kintan Sophia Sergani with honors.
Valedictorian Bailey Gail Doucette with honors.
Valedictorian Sophie Grace Van Allsburg with honors.
Valedictorian Kelsey Monette Foss with honors.
Salutatorian Tatum Marie Edwards with honors.
Valedictorian Brooklyn Grace Garrido with honors.
Salutatorian Molly Greer Mulhern with honors.
Valedictorian Sadie Hope Johnson with honors.
Salutatorian Samantha Catherine Schown with honors.
Valedictorian Megan Elizabeth Mooney with honors.
Salutatorian Ellen Margaret Snyder with honors.
Valedictorian Rylan Thomas Moore with honors.
Salutatorian Lauren Madison Swartz with honors.
Valedictorian Emma Irene Moran with honors.
Salutatorian Ethan Frazier Watney with honors.
Valedictorian Trisha Mariah Moreland with honors.
Grace Marie Kuntz.
Matthew John Abreu.
Grace Ann Litsu with honors.
Blake Ryan Adams with honors.
Levi Kalaheo Lawrence.
Dane Sean Adams.
Jeffrey John Lawson with honors.
Stephen Gregory Adams with honors.
Lacey Jane Liebrick with honors.
Lido Lucas Albiani.
Austin Michael Lay.
Cassandra Lee Alcorn.
Riley Victoria Leimbach.
Skylar Bliss Allen with honors.
Jessica Lee Lemon with honors.
Madison Aaron Alley.
Sarah Jordan Leibrock.
Otelia Mia Marlene Almaguer.
Burke Matthew Linden.
Jeremy Ryan Omdahl.
Zachary Adam Link with honors.
Kylie Rianne Anderson with honors.
Jessica Lucille Linton.
Morgan Ann Anderson with honors.
Gregory Philip Lisella with honors.
Peyton Lane Anderson.
Avery Christian Lloyd.
Sydney Mae Anderson. Thomas Luke Anthill.
Jillian Elizabeth Losty.
Christopher Mateo Anton.
Allie Marin Lowe.
Damian Jason Wick Baca.
Madison Sky Lowe.
Mason Isaac Badger.
Jared Colby Lukowitz.
Alex Lee Bailey.
Cameron Page Luxa.
Zachary Ryan Baker.
Brooke Elizabeth Lunsford.
Leo Matthew Balser with honors.
Zachary Samaraichik Lyon.
Eli Randolph Barker.
Nicholas Andrew Mers with honors.
Karsten Kelgeberg Barnt.
Noelle Peyton Elizabeth Malcolm with honors.
Faith Maylin Barnes.
Keaton Riley Mering.
Sarah Elizabeth Bartran with honors.
Jack Thomas Marmot.
Teresa Ann Batista with honors.
Adam Isalden Martin.
Benjamin Robert Beasley with honors.
Jude Thomas Martinez with honors.
Aiden Brian Beatty.
Taylor Rose Martinez.
Zoe Olivia Beauchamp with honors.
Calvin Ross Maurer.
Elizabeth Rose Becker.
Anthony Lorenzo Morrow.
Ethan Gregory Beeler.
Joel Allen Mayer Anderson with honors.
Timothy Alden, bearer with honors.
Millennium Ann Mayo with honors.
Natalia Lauren Bonallo.
Carson Allen McCabe.
McKenna Shea Bennett with honors.
Alexander Clayton McClelland.
Brecken Travis Billman with honors.
Allison Carol McCumsey.
Wyatt Galbraith Bischoff.
Samantha Morgan McDaniel.
Jenna Brooke Bishop with honors.
Sean Michael McDonnell with honors.
Madison Luana Biorlo.
Grant Michael McGann with honors.
Preston Tyler Blakesley.
Matthew Dale McNall.
Ian Michael Fletcher.
Dylan Robert McFate.
Colton Say Blood Mariama.
Mason Cruz Medina.
Savannah Nicole Bly.
Ryan Winston Meisner.
Jenna Mackenzie Bolsterly.
Alex Noel Menendez.
Aaron Rochelle Bowling.
Eric Lisandro Meyer.
Rachel Marie Booth with honors.
Leslie K. Miller with honors.
William Iverson Boswell.
Mason Andrew Miller.
Kyle Graham Bowen with honors.
Emily Catherine Miner with honors.
Troy Daniel Bowen with honors.
Abigail Joy Mitchell with honors.
Ty Lane Bradley.
Ryan Michael Moga.
Benjamin Arnold Brandt with honors.
Lauren Alexandra Moore.
Kaylee Diane Brinkman.
Sophia Marie Moran with honors.
Charles Wilson Brown V.
Lily Elizabeth Morlock.
Evan Adair Joseph Brown.
Alicia Tamlin Maury with honors.
Savannah Rochelle Brown.
Ainsley Sky Mowry.
Ryan Patrick Bruning.
Caden John Myers with honors.
Cormac Seamus Buchanan.
Derek J. Nash.
Taylor Morgan Buell.
Sophie Howarth Nelson.
Mary Britton Burgess with honors.
Emma Marie Nelson.
Araya Jean Burke.
Rachel Marie Ney.
Nathan Kyle Burns with honors.
Ashton Michael Nicholas.
Emma Grace Campbell with honors.
Austin John Nicholas.
Danielle Lee Canton with honors.
Athena Garland Nicolosi Bowker with honors.
Nathan Lee Carrier.
Allison Grace Nocera with honors.
Shaylin D. Carter with honors.
Joshua Daniel O'Leary.
Kaylee Christine Cerrone with honors.
Kellen Joseph O'Leary.
Zachary Lee Chadwick.
We're skipping. Katie. Send Katie.
Katie Nicole Olson with honors.
Tori Michelle Chandler.
Liliana Padilla.
Ayla Marion Charnas with honors.
Nicholas Paul Pastori with honors.
Sarah Jo Clausen.
Santino Enzo Paulino.
Angus Ryan Clark.
Tyler Charles Paulson.
Sandra Rose Boughton.
Braden Rayner Payne.
Madison Nicole Kristen.
Alexander Eugene Phillips.
Haley Elizabeth Clark.
Matthew Brian Phillips.
Macy Nicole Clark.
Sydney Lee Piccone.
Jebediah Jeremy Coombs, Jr.
Alexandra Nicole Pina with honors.
Madison Marie Crandall.
Sarah Nicole Piper with honors.
Aaron DeVries Cromwell with honors.
Grace Ann Peepo with honors.
Savannah Amber Danenauer with honors.
Jessica Lynn Powell.
Kalina Felicia Davis with honors.
Jack Henry Wiley Puckett with honors.
Kara Isabella Nyope Davis with honors.
Greg Dean Puttkammer with honors.
Julia Ryan Dean.
Connor Thomas Quinn.
Rylan Shea Dakota.
Jolie Anna Reeves.
Madison Lane De Herrera with honors.
Joshua Stephen Reichert with honors.
Jacqueline Grace DeLongchamp.
Keaton Benjamin Rich.
Tessa Lee Dine.
Jillian Marie Rickoff.
Philip David Donley.
Timothy Patrick Ritter.
Nicholas Calendar Dorney.
Cameron Parks Robbins with honors.
Jackson Luke Douglas.
Connor Stephen Robertson with honors.
Avery Jane Drosty with honors.
Taylor Ian Andrew Rogers with honors.
Julian Allen Duwallen.
Grace Elizabeth Rold.
Rihanna Catherine DeRay with honors.
Max Edward Rongus.
Megan Brooke Easter.
Ethan Matthew Roosevelt.
Natasha Jane Eberly.
Nicholas Stephen Roy.
Sophie Taylor Edens.
Abigail Maria Roosh with honors.
Lise Encorn.
Holly Ann Rush.
Justin Robert Elliott.
Jake Michael Rush.
Adam Carl Elmer.
Maximus Dennis Sabel.
Lucas Ethan Emery with honors.
Juan Nicholas Sanchez.
Brooke Morgan Ennie.
Adelani Denise Santana Rodriguez with honors.
Annika Marie Esborg with honors.
Eric David Savage.
Sydney Rochelle I with honors.
Matthew Sawagid with honors.
Emma Chong Falls with honors.
Benjamin Christian Schneider.
Matthew Wayne Farmer.
Osborne Montana Schneider.
Ariel Ray Federico.
Michael Alexander Poole Schnorr.
Tanner Christian Fife with honors.
Matthew Jeremiah Schofer.
Daniel Scott Ferguson.
Jackson Alexander Schultz.
Lauren Nicole Fielding with honors.
Jacob Robert Schrag.
Sierra Ann Fisher with honors.
Megan Elise Schultz with honors.
Madeline Grace Fitchett with honors.
Ayla Marie Schultz.
Lauren Rose Foley with honors.
Emma Perry Schwartz with honors.
Emily Catherine Forbes.
Clay Matthew Schwinger.
Emily Lynn Ford.
Gabriel John Scott.
Armando Ray Fowler.
Chloe Rose Jacqueline Serbu with honors. Sophia Isabella Serrano with honors.
Kira Marie Freiboth with honors.
Michael Quinn Shakely with honors.
Emily Rose Freimark.
Emily Louise Sherman.
Brendan Daniel Frerich with honors.
Brooks Jaden Addison Seiler.
Mackenzie Jameson Friedman with honors.
Kayla Marie Simon with honors.
Colton Michael Frost Bryant.
Lauren Marie Sissom.
Aaron Shah Ghaffari with honors.
Grant Joseph Scamassa.
Connor Gabriel Gagne.
Anna Lauren Marie Schlesman.
Elsa Linda Gerster with honors.
Connor Ramsey Slump.
Corbin Clay Gettle with honors.
Alexander James Smith.
Christopher Patterson Glaze.
Cameron Tyler Smith with honors.
Freddie Joshua Gonzalez.
Julianne Lorraine Smith.
Trenton David Graves.
Samantha Marie Smith.
Carson Tyler Green.
Serena Rachel Smith with honors.
Owen Douglas Grimm with honors.
Zachary William Snyder.
Tyler Joseph Grubin.
Mallory Page Spencer with honors.
Miranda J. Gregasevich.
Tanner Joseph Spirek.
Kayla Simone Guerra.
Deborah McCaslin Spring.
Caroline Alice Guest with honors.
Erin Rose Stecker with honors.
Luke Christian Gustafson.
Joseph Anthony Steiskell with honors.
Reed Scott Hageman with honors.
Cooper James Stepudis with honors.
Connor Neil Hansen.
Elliot Maurice Stern.
Charlotte Marie Harland.
Sydney Kathleen Stewart.
Calvin Michael Hart.
Jordan Carter Stratch.
Nicholas Benjamin Hart.
Liva Marie Stremen.
Abigail Rose Hoshke Swinney.
Michelle Ann Svoboda with honors.
Alexis Nicole Hirsch with honors.
Nicole Marie Svoboda with honors.
Emily Dupre Hewitt.
Caitlin Susan Swift.
Nicholas Weir Hickox.
Colleen Linda Swift with honors.
Danya Nadine Hill.
Matthew Robert Swindell.
Benjamin John Hives with honors.
Renee Elizabeth Taunton.
Jolie Denise Holmes.
Brendan Matthew Teeter.
Casey Nicole Holtzman with honors.
Angelina Lily Tomavong.
Haley Hong.
Connor Joseph Thomas.
Sydney Sugiyama Horn with honors.
Tara Janelle Thomas with honors.
Nathan Ross Horsley.
Alexandra Rose Todd.
Nicholas Joseph Hosek.
Isaac Matthew Townsend.
Lucy Lee Hoskins with honors.
Abriana Giselle Trujillo with honors.
Calvin Wade Hunt.
Cody Lee Turner.
Anne Marie Hunter.
Lauren Elizabeth Olvidal.
Aaliyah Shea Immel.
Sydney Jean Van S.
Hannah Rose Immel with honors.
Lauren Nicole Vigil.
Yasmin Suzanne Jabara.
Kyla Raquel Vitito with honors.
Alexandra Elise Jacobson with honors.
Victoria Ann Volpe.
Riley Nicole Jamsey.
Holly Miranda Vose with honors.
Alexander Joshua Jurgensen with honors.
Jacob Scott Waldick.
Cole Christopher Jesh.
Morgan Kelsey Wall.
Benjamin Timothy Johnson.
Alex Ryan Walsh.
Court Stephen Johnson with honors.
Madeline Grace Walter.
Levi Namazi Johnson with honors.
Quinn Edward Weekly.
Otto Kingsford Jones.
Ashley Ann Webster.
Walker Michael Jones with honors.
Tiana Lynn Weiss.
Samuel Edward Kennedy.
Emily Ann Williams with honors.
Kaylee Rose Carl with honors.
Michaela Arlene Ann Williams with honors.
Carly Ann Kelly with honors.
Brandon Joseph Willoughby with honors.
Mary Ellen Daly Kerrigan with honors.
Louisa Olivia Wingert with honors.
Charlotte Elizabeth Rose Keys.
Brianna Renee Woolley with honors.
Taewan Kim with honors.
Kate Emanuela Vervug with honors.
Ariana Lynn King.
Andrew Blake Yankovich.
Rachel Mira King.
Nathan Alexander Yankovich.
Alec Michael Cook.
Jason Robert Yavak.
Sydney Madeline Kohler with honors.
Dawn Ann Yonke.
Jason Koskela.
Andrew Keith Young.
Shay Jonathan Cruz with honors.
Ty Garrett Young.
Ni Hoang La.
Alexander Jack Zabalaga.
Taylor Grace Lacovara.
Nabila Amara Zawa with honors.
Macy McCarter Lane.
Tyler Andrew Zabrowski.
Caitlin Ray LaPearl.
Adrian Moises Zendejas.
Paige Francis Larrington. Kiara Elizabeth Lawsmith.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019. And now to close this graduation ceremony with the traditional farewell and turning of the tassels, Sam Keller and Maddie Hipp.
Class of 2019, as a community, we've cheered, we've laughed, we've cried, and we've danced.
As you go do great things as an individual, forever remember the fantastic experiences we've had. So now, the moment that we've been waiting for. Please stand.
Turn tassels from left to right.
Congratulations, class of 2019! We did it!
I think that's it.